Hey everybody, it's The Shape, and we're going to be looking at Sir Spooks, 11 clips of ghoulies and ghosties and long-legged beasties. These type videos where you look at clips, although you don't have much to work from, obviously, you have more to work with in a way because it's different clips. It's not just one long video. The one long video gives you a lot more to work with. At least the short clips give you variety. Some you can debunk, some you don't have enough to debunk. But when it comes to the shapeshift, the follow-up episode, this allows you guys to be in a video doing your own debunking. Hit that like button. Go ahead. Make sure your little bell's turned on. Right down there. Go ahead. We'll wait. Go. You're holding up the show. Let's get into this Sir Spooks video.
First entry for today comes to us from the TikTok account Hats Off to the Energy, who says her sister is fixing up an old cabin located somewhere in Oregon. But she keeps getting interrupted by her dog, who seems really freaked out by something. On top of that, her toddler apparently keeps talking to someone who isn't even there. The clip here, we watch as the uploader films the outside of the cabin, when all of a sudden, something genuinely eerie happens.
You know, I really do like the way Sir Spooks sets up his clips. He goes in depth. Not with the debunking part, but in depth with, you know, this was vlogged back in like 2023, whatever. Have you ever watched the Evil Dead remake? Have you ever seen the cabin in that movie? Because this place looks like eerily similar in certain positions. But this is one of those where you don't have much to work with. But when you watch it and you put the simplest explanation out, you can, while you can't necessarily debunk it because you don't have enough to work with, you can certainly tell if it's a spirit or, well, unless you're one of those people that believe spirits can gain so much energy that they look solid. You know, different people believe ghosts behave differently and that ghosts can do different things. But to me, this is like a person wearing a cloak, a bed sheet, a curtain, I don't know, a tablecloth. Take a look.
There's something moving in the door. The thing is, that door in there is really stiff. Like all of them are. So, there's nothing hanging there. It's creepy. It's gotta be something. I don't know what. What the it just, what the holy
If you look at the top balcony, you can see some sort of creepy entity peering down at the uploader, before it slowly creeps its way back inside the cabin. Many people in the comments speculated that the figure might just be a curtain blowing in the wind.
So we get a different view of the balcony, and you can see it right here. There is no curtain, which she probably knew they'd ask those questions. But here's where the hooded figure was. And the good thing about it is at least we can see where they were at a different angle. But unfortunately, at the end of the day, there's not enough here to go on. Subscribe. And it's in those type of clips that you don't have enough to work with. You just don't have enough to work with. To me, it looks like a person wearing, I mean, some kind of cloth, some kind of fabric over their body. But I can't prove it because we just don't have enough to work with. But this next clip, a dude pulls up to his house, and the reason I bring that exact point up is I want you to imagine you're coming home late from work, or coming home late from a party, coming home late from wherever. You're by yourself. You pull up in your driveway. It's, you know, dark outside. You look into your house, and there is a hooded figure looking back out your door at you, and they're inside your house. I want you to keep that in mind. And now let's play the clip. Number 10.
I just pulled up, and what is that? Is that a person? What is that? Should be nobody in the house. Nobody at all. Okay, well.
So clearly, the dude pulls up to his home and there's somebody looking out at him. Okay, we know that for sure. Now, he said nobody's supposed to be there. To me, that sets off alarm bells. If it was me pulling up, I would call the police, right? You don't know if there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You don't know how many people could be in there. If it's real, there is no chance, unless a person, you know, likes that adrenaline rush and they have a sidearm, which this guy don't, or he doesn't mention it. But even if you had a sidearm, they could have sidearms. So let's see what our buddy here does.
Guess I'll check it out.
So our brave guy goes to check it out. You know, there could be 4 or 5 intruders in there with weapons. We don't know, but he's brave. He goes in there and says, you know what? Hey, looky here. I don't see anybody. Looky here. This house is completely empty. It must have been a ghost. Blows my mind. If that, I would have called the cops, guys. So clearly our friend here has no Is this the way it's going to be, Shapy Poo? You're going to be mispronouncing words? Let's try that again. See, guys, I want to keep this in to show you. A lot of times you got to cut this stuff out, and it's freaking annoying. Clearly, our guy here has no preservation skills about himself. He walked right into the house not knowing how many people could have been in there and what their intentions were, which leads you to think it's staged. But luckily for us, we get some footage inside the house on a later date to where things really pop off. Not by a cloaked figure, mind you. Rocking horse. That's all I'm gonna say. Rocking horse. Oh, by the way, if you have any theories on any of these clips, comment down below for the shapeshift. Let's look at this rocking horse.
Not again. Here he goes downstairs. This is definitely not good. Hello? Hello? No, I don't think so. No. I'm done. I'm done.
Mind-blowing, ain't it? A hooded figure inside your house, you'll walk right on in there. But a blinking light and a little rocking horse rocking back and forth, you don't want none of that. No way, no how. No, the reason he didn't go down there is because there's somebody either to the right off camera or to the left, and they're just rocking the horse. Matter of fact, they could be to the left where the light is, pulling a string, rocking the horse, and flicking the light on and off. We'll never know. And like all fakers, the man never goes down there to say, hey, look, nothing's down here. He just sees that and takes off, even though he's willing to go into a house with a bunch of intruders. But somebody is probably to the right there, right around that corner, and right off camera, and they got a little string tied to it right here, and they're just pulling it back and forth. Hit that like button, guys. Clip number 9. I want you to imagine you're laying in your bed. You start hearing these scratching, scraping sounds. You turn your camera on, and you just so happen to catch some of the most disturbing thing a person laying in their bed could catch, if it wasn't staged, that is. A curtain getting jerked right off the wall, right on camera. Let's take a look. Number 9. So clearly you see the curtain get pulled down that's covering the lights, and obviously she don't go in there and show the area.
In a second clip, Liv and her boyfriend return home after a DoorDash run, only to see something unsettling as they pull into their parking spot.
Imagine pulling up to your house, you zoom in, and You see a hooded figure standing right there looking out your window of your apartment. Mind blowing. If you saw this, would you go in and check the apartment out? Or would you do something smart like call the cops? Uh-oh, we got a little deja vu going on here. Another hooded figure. How many does that make so far? 3? This is the 3rd one. A lot of brave people out here. Remember the other one in the beginning video where it was that Evil Dead remake cabin? The 2nd one where the dude seen something looking out his door and he just runs right on in his house with not a care in the world. Well, now they see somebody hooded, cloaked in their house, looking out at them. Wow. And they go right on in the house. But hey, we'll see what they find.
Looking up at their window, they spot what looks like a dark, hooded figure staring out at them, and just as quickly as it appeared, the figure vanishes from view.
And our brave souls give us an update. They go in there to show you, hey, this is where it happened right here.
Don't mind our house, but the blanket is on the floor. If you guys saw my last video, it was hung up right there. What the?
The tack in a pile. Like I could see them like just falling off the wall, but like I had.
How are they like all in a pile like that? What?
Don't know what sheet they were wearing, but when they walk in the apartment, you can clearly see that window right there. And there's a bedspread sheet right there. Could have been the very one they wore in front of that very window right there. The person would have been standing right there. Unfortunately, we don't have a lot to work with, but you can clearly see it here. But yeah, this would have been where the hooded figure would have been standing. About roughly in this area right here.
Peekaboo! 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 Peekaboo!
I got your peekaboo, little feller. Hit that like button. And once again, another clip that we just don't have much to work with. They go into the house and there is a fabric with a box of thumbtacks poured out in a nice little neat pile. Hey, there it is for you. I mean, not much to work with. But I wonder if they, file a police report or something like that. I doubt it. Just nothing to work with here. More than likely, they were just somebody in there. They was like, hey, I want you to stare out. And then I want you to duck down right below the window right there. All dramatic like. That way we can get followers and supporters. Because we absolutely suck. Now our next clip is a younger feller. So I don't want to be too hard on him. He's a kid. Teen, I guess. This is an old video too. This is back 12, 14 years ago when it was uploaded to YouTube. Clever little video where he hears talking, muffled voices somewhere in the house, but nobody's there. Then a coffee cup. Just take a look. Number 8.
A video posted on September 22nd, 2009 by a YouTuber known as BlackWing96 shows a young teen explaining that he's been hearing bumping noises coming from upstairs, right where his room is. As he makes his way up, it doesn't take long for things to get seriously creepy.
I've been hearing some bumping noises upstairs, like right where my room is. I'm just gonna take a look at. Come on. Okay. What the f was that?
I think our little friend here is pulling our leg. That sounds like a sound overlay. And before anybody said, well, that's 14 years ago. Yeah, that's back when a lot of YouTubers were using that nonsense because it's the easiest way to fake. You can overlay in any editing software. You can overlay muffled talking over a video. I mean, yeah, I've showed you guys 1,000 times how to do that. But that's not the impressive part. The impressive part is coming up.
You guys hear that, right?
To me, the knocking sounds that I'm getting ready to show you again don't sound like it's in front of the camera. It sounds like it's to the right behind the camera.
When he enters the room, Everything seems normal at first, but that quickly changes.
Please pay attention to that coffee cup right there on the dresser.
I don't really know what I'm supposed to say.
So this is the coffee cup when you hear the noise. But this is the coffee cup previous, before he takes the camera off of it and then turns it back. As you can see, the noise we hear is the cup turning off camera. It turned in this direction right here.
Oh, can you do that again? Fuck this.
Our camera guy is holding the string and he's pulling it toward him. The string is being pulled in this direction right here, which means the camera operator is holding it. Now, to be clear, I did not see a string, but I'm assuming he used a string. You're not going to see it. More often than not, if you light it right, poor quality camera, you're not going to see the string. Notice how he's the only one there, and the cup moves toward him as if he's pulling it toward him, which would make sense if you were staging it. Now, there were two different sounds. Before anybody says it looked like a continuity error, because the cup tab, the holder, the hand holder, was one way, and then when he pans, the camera pans back, it's turned closer to him. That's not a continuity error. That's just cutting and editing. You can hear the sound of the cup move the first time without us getting to see it. Then the second time it moves, it flies at him. But that's not a continuity error. That's just, you just got to pay attention. His reaction was not good. Next clip. Number 7.
TikTok user Ginger and the Foxes posted a video of herself walking around a dinosaur museum at an undisclosed location. At first, everything seems normal as she casually explores the place. She eventually stops in front of a large pterosaur model and remarks how scary it looks.
Well, that's a little disconcerting. That thing is huge. Imagine trying to run away from that. No thanks, Jurassic Park. Gee.
Clearly you see the pterodactyl head move downwards. You can see the beak of the pterodactyl move downwards. First I thought it could be an optical illusion. Here's some more pictures I found at the Field Museum of what I think is the same pterodactyl. And it's not animatronic. You got to give this clip a little bit just for being unique, right? So I'm call me refreshed. Pterodactyls. Now this pterodactyl, it appears like every time she moves the camera up to its head, it looks like it's looking down at her. And at first I thought, why does it happen only when she's moving the camera up to the face and then bringing it back down to her? Is she not seeing the head move? Because we are, right? And then I thought, well, maybe it's an optical illusion. Maybe it's just the way the head is. It at a certain angle, it makes it look like. And then I was like, well, no, it really looks like it's looking down. Then I thought, well, maybe this is some kind of museum that has moving, like, animatronics that allow it to move. But the research I did, and I know where this thing is a place called the Field Museum. And there's a lot of pictures there. Now, as you take a look at them, you'll notice there's this one part where the head's taken off. The pterodactyl's head's taken off. And I was like, well, if it's an animatronic, this should give it away. But there's only two steel pieces there that don't have a slot, which means I don't think it's animatronic. Them two steel pieces, you slide the head over and it just holds it in place. Kind of like screws sticking out, and you just slide the head onto the steel bars, right? I didn't see no animatronic systems. Then I thought, TikTok and all these other social media apps, they got these visual effects. They can make statues move. They can make two portraits of two different people literally kiss, and it looks pretty good. So would they have something that makes animals' heads move, or statues' heads move? Comment below, but I'm sure I've seen something like that. Now, Our next clip, oh boy, UFOs, baby. UAPs, whatever they call them. This one, like, yeah, UAPs, I think that's what they call them. Unidentified flying objects. A big steel ball that can fly without propulsion, which is impossible. At least to our degree of science and physics that we have right now. Maybe in the future, but take a look. Number 6.
The video in question was recorded on June 10th, 2025, in a rural area near Yumbo, Colombia. Take a look at the footage.
I think most of you guys would say it's easy. They got a drone, they tied fishing line to the drone, and then they tied the fake metallic ball thingy to the drone. And it was so far away that, you know, you can't see the string. And it is because they have it zoomed in. But they panned their camera down to where it takes the drone out and makes it look like it's floating. I mean, look how far away they're shooting this. Look at that. Well, when you look at this clip, the simplest explanation is usually the right one. And I would say most of you, not all of you, but most of you guys are probably like, you could do that with a drone. You could, you know, take a drone, hang some string from it, put a lightweight metallic looking ball on the bottom of it, and just shoot it in a way to where you can't see the drone. I mean, that you could recreate that fairly easy. Now, if you guys see something I didn't, comment below. I didn't see a string, but you gotta look. This is far away, and they're zoomed in. So the quality's not gonna be good enough to where you can see a tiny little string. You gotta take lighting into effect. But comment below what your thoughts are on this one. I think it's just a drone. Pretty simple. Now this next Bigfoot clip, oh boy, it could be real. It could be real. Now take into account that every single Bigfoot clip that you see nowadays, they all have a lot in common. Bigfoot, it's either dark outside, a poor quality camera. Bigfoot, there's always obstruction between the camera and Bigfoot where you can't see it good. He's so far away, or it's always something visual to where you can't get a good 4K clean shot with a high quality camera. And this one, of course, is no exception. But when I looked at this, and it does look more legitimate than a lot of the ones I've seen. I just don't think it's a guy in a suit. And if it is a dude in a suit, it's a big dude in a suit. But take a look. Number 5.
Over on the Bigfoot subreddit, Reddit user Unique@1100 shared an intriguing video that's had people talking ever since it was posted a few weeks ago. In the clip, we watch as someone films a quiet forested area during the evening in an unspecified location. For the first 15 seconds or so, not much happens, but then the camera zooms in and things get a lot more interesting.
Are you joking right now? We could be in the house, peoples.
And once again, it's filmed on a potato. Look at the quality. You can't make out what this is truly. Get out of here. Other thing that I want to make clear, people say that you can tell when it's a guy in a suit and when it's not a guy in a suit, and that Hollywood effects, creature effects aren't up to the Patterson Gimlin footage level, and they're beyond that now, by the way. Yeah, they can make things look big and very tall and very muscular. Now, if somebody filmed a potato cam and had access to one of these film grade suits, that could be possible. It sure could. Now, there's not much to work with here. It's a poor quality camera, of course, far away, which leads me to believe it's fake some way. But comment below what your thoughts are. I'm leaving this one to you. Now, this next clip, oh boy, what I want you to focus on is the choreography. Dude hears and sees a door latch going up and down from a bedroom, and he's there alone. But what I want you to watch is when he turns his camera on, I want you to watch how he moves. Let's take a look. Number 4.
This has been happening ever since we've moved in. This has been happening. It's a brand new building. I don't get it. Happens that often. The handle is even loose. Really, really fed up with this. It's all the time at the moment.
Let's watch this remembering that somebody is crouched down right there on the other side of the door. Remember, somebody is right there. Let's watch this again. He hears the door and sees the knob moving. Now watch his movement. I want you to watch. Somebody's behind the door. You're not going to go through the door like this, like looking to your right like that. Somebody's right behind the door. You're going to go in looking straight. That makes no sense. He did that to give the person behind the door enough time to duck down and crawl out of the room. And in fact, let me show you in more detail. Okay, he sees the doorknob moving. He's like, oh, I'm going to get in there. Now, as soon as he opens, 3 seconds pass before he pans the complete 360 in the room. That gives the person 3 seconds from the time he opens the door far enough to get out of the room. So here's the animation. He comes in the door. The camera guy. Now watch. This is 3 seconds. Look at this. Plenty enough time. But what's more damning is the person's reflection is literally in the mirror in the other room. When he reopens the door to go out, you can see the person trying to move out of the way. So the choreography for me, I've seen so many videos, and we're going on 7 years of doing this stuff, so I know what I'm talking about. He opens the door and pans the camera to the right. Not straight through. You're not opening the door to get the whole view of the room because somebody's supposedly in there and you don't know who it is. But they go in and automatically go right-handed, and then they slowly circle and allow 3 seconds from the time they go in the room and have it opened wide enough to the time they turn all the way around back to the door. That gives somebody 3 seconds, whoever's ducked down right there, to just skirt right on out between your legs or right beside you. And I think I made an animation showing you how that would look in 3 seconds. That would be plenty enough time. Completely staged, no doubt. But what really gave it away was the reflection in the mirror, which showed somebody trying to get I don't know, I don't think they saw their body on the reflection, but you can tell that's a person wearing what looks like a black hoodie, could be a black shirt, and a hat or whatever, but they're moving even further over, staged. Number 3. I'm not sure on this one. Could be CGI, I guess, which I know that's a cop-out. But as you see here, this thing looks like it's pretty good size, but we really can't tell for sure. You know what I mean? It has no thrust. That would show up on the camera. But it looks like it's got a glowing aura around it, some kind of energy. Comment below if you can figure this one out. I couldn't find that much on it. Once again, another clip, and there's not much to work with. Kind of a theme throughout this whole video. So far, I think I've only solidly debunked one, which, in a way, I'm glad this video is going to work out exactly like it does. It allows you guys to put your own thoughts into each one of these clips in the comments, so I can put it in. You guessed it, a shapeshift. It could be CGI. Could be another one where you have a drone holding, I don't know, a big balloon that's painted metallic or whatever. I don't know. Could be CGI. Could be a visual effect. I couldn't find much on it as far as saying, oh wow, this clip came out from the CIA or the Central Intelligence Agency or Department of Defense. See if you can find out what it is, guys. Now, this next one is your normal intruder or possibly haunted ghost video where strange things happen and then they see something. Let's take a look. Number 2.
TikTok user Flat7 Ghost was just relaxing at home in the middle of the day when he suddenly heard strange noises coming from somewhere nearby. Naturally, he grabbed his camera and went to investigate. That's when things took a terrifying turn.
So the door's rattling again. So I'm just going to go and open it. Yeah.
What was that?
Mate, I'm not joking. What the hell was that?
What did you see?
There was something looking around the corner. Right. What the actual
Well, I mean, he saw something, right? We don't know what it is because he didn't go in there and show anything. All we saw was somebody's shoulder and they backed into a doorway in the dark, probably wearing black. Just like a lot of other supposed paranormal footage, you just don't have much to work with once again. It's a person, I think. But can I prove it? I sure can't, because there's not enough to go on. That is a reoccurring theme in this whole video. The shapeshift, comment below. Engagement. Next clip. Obviously, I think this is just a person standing in the dark and they move as soon as the guy comes in there with the camera. Comment below what you think and I'll put it into shapeshift. But that's what I think. Not much to work with. Number 1. This TikToker catches something in the background of her video.
And I got these flowers. Boom. They're dying. I know. That's not weird because it's me. Okay? They die. No note.
If you look closely at the 15-second mark, a terrifying face appears in the upper left corner of the door frame.
You know, at first I was like, I don't see anything, but I changed my mind.
After viewers pointed it out, Melody uploaded an update video where she brightened the footage to get a clearer look.
And I hate to cop out, but once again, I don't know all the visual effects that these social media platforms and apps have. That, for all I know, they could be apps out there that has a bald ghost man that look at you in the background. But if you notice the way she positions the camera, it's to make sure that that dark doorway is right behind her. Why is that important? Normally, you put it to where the background's like a nice lighting or a solid wall even, but a dark, creepy door in the background, to me that comes off as a very strange setup to begin with. Comment below if you've seen that image of the bald dude, Mr. Clean. The evil Mr. Clean. Oh, scares me to my very core. But she also does an update video. Let's take a look.
This is what I found.
Guys, after tweaking the contrast, this is the image I could best come up with. I want you guys to find this image because I've seen it before. So basically, you guys on the Shapeshift will be debunking this whole video apparently, except for like one. And I kind of engineered it that way. No, I'm just kidding. That's a cop-out. We didn't have a lot to work with, but I'm curious to see what you guys can do. Your thoughts, opinions, comments, questions, theories. Comment them. Let's get that engagement up. Please. The spirit of Mr. Clean. What a giga Chad. And then he's got that big chin. That makes sense? No? Okay, moving on. I guess it's... Hey, join Debunkers Anonymous on Facebook, where we talk debunking 24 hours, 7 days a week. If you want to. You don't have to. You don't have to. I'm just offering it. You don't have to do anything you don't want, honey. Nothing at all. I appreciate you guys. I really do. It's been a rough 2 months. It's the roughest 2 months. Well, a little over really, but really the last 2 months it's been the roughest I've ever had on this channel. I don't know why I'm saying anything. Well, I don't keep secrets from you guys. I tell you guys everything. But the reason I bring it up, well, just talking to you like I do at the end of all these videos. I love you guys. I appreciate you. And of course, I'll see you in the next video. Y'all come back now, you hear? Peace.